I want to show you something. Just over 50 grand. That is my outstanding student debt. I graduated in 2018 with about 40 grand's worth of student debt. I got a graduate job immediately after university and have been paying that off ever since. But it's gone up. That's one of the reasons why the Conservatives this week have said that they will cut the interest rate on Plan 2 student loans. I am one of those Plan 2 student loanees. So good news for me. I am very pleased to see it, and I would like to see it rolled out by the government. It would certainly help my debt level. But it's not just Plan 2 students who have a problem. It's most students. In fact, it's most young people. Consecutive governments have failed to do enough, or even anything, for young people, really. The Tories failed to tackle the housing crisis remotely sufficiently, and now Labour are mounting an all-out war on youth employment. The National Living Wage hike, the National Insurance hike, the Employment Rights Act, all make it so much more difficult and more expensive for businesses to hire anyone at all, but especially young people. Meanwhile, the tax burden's going up. They're freezing thresholds for repaying those student loans, and the graduate premium, i.e. the amount of extra money that students are getting because of the degrees that they spent so long and so much money on, is falling. We're not far off it being the case that a graduate coming out of university gets a minimum wage job and is required to pay back their student loan. That can't be right. That was never the plan. That was never how this was supposed to work, but it is the case. Lots of people seem to be in agreement at the moment that the student loan system is broken. I entirely agree. But these fixes are good, interesting, useful, but don't really address the underlying problem. So what is that underlying problem? Well, it's that universities are currently paid to recruit students, not to educate them. They get their 9.5 grand tuition fee a year from the student when they tell that student that, yes, they can do their degree. The incentives are way out of whack. It doesn't matter to the university whether that person goes on and gets a high-paying job or not, because at that point, the burden's on the student and ultimately the taxpayer, because it's the taxpayer that's left to pick up the bill when these fees aren't paid back. So students are made to go to university to pay thousands of pounds a year, mount up personal debt, not to get a job after it, certainly not a job that necessitates or makes it worth them spending that amount of time and that amount of money on it. And then taxpayers are left to foot the bill. So who is this system working for? Well, is it universities? Because it's quite a good deal for them, right? They just have to hire lots of students and then just, it's an easy money farm. They can lower the entry requirements. They can come up with whatever courses they want, especially following Tony Blair's push to get 50% of people at university. The demand for university has increased. Society's expectations about people going to university has increased, and the universities can cash in, right? Well, to an extent, yes. I mean, we saw this week, Looking for Growth published an excellent campaign trying to publish the data that the government has on what individual courses and universities actually do for graduate incomes. Universities aren't so keen on that data being published. It is unsurprising to hear because they get paid regardless. But actually, how often do we read about universities being on the brink of financial collapse? They can't raise enough money. They're having to rely on international students, become visa factories, basically, so that they can keep up what they are trying to deliver. The university fee cap doesn't really work for universities either. So you've basically got a system in which students are being ripped off, the taxpayer is left to foot the bill, and university, an entire sector of higher education, is struggling financially. So when we talk about we need structural reform, we need actual structural reform, not just tweaking around the edges with interest rates and thresholds, as valuable and as important those discussions and policies might be. So how do we fix it? Well, we make the universities responsible for educating rather than recruiting. We make them loan to their students. They finance the degrees themselves, and therefore they are much more incentivized to make sure that when graduates get jobs after university, it is worth their time getting that degree. The graduates get a better wage than they would have done because of the good education that the university pays for them, so that they can pay back the university with interest. Now, it might be quite a lot to just ask universities to find that money down the back of the sofa to fund those degrees without taxpayer funding. There are already, though, third-party organisations, FCA approved, that are doing this sort of thing. So why don't we expand it? Well, there's sort of two barriers to that, really, two main barriers. The first one is the tuition fee cap. At the minute, tuition fees are capped for everybody, so nobody can charge more than about £9,500 a year. This is a problem because it basically means that nobody can go above that. People can't really compete on prices. And actually the reverse becomes true. If everybody's hitting the cap, then no universities want to deliver degrees that charge lower than the cap, because it sort of signals that those degrees aren't worth as much. If you lift the cap, universities can have a proper competition in degrees. They can offer more expensive courses for more expensive prices, but on the understanding that they will be able to recoup that money in the decent education that they will provide to a student. That means that they go on to a higher paying job. The other thing, though, is if you want to create a market of third-party funding, the sorts of businesses that might want to seek to make money from this, it needs to be possible and likely that a graduate is going to get a job. That is, of course, dependent on the university providing them with a good education, which this system would help fix. But it also means the government needs to stop making it so much more difficult and more expensive to hire anybody, but particularly young people. The Employment Rights Act, the National Insurance hikes, the national minimum wage hikes for young people make it so much riskier to hire young people in particular. So you need to fix that problem. You need to fix the student fee problem, and then we can finally make universities, graduate education, work for everybody. At the minute, it's not helping students, it's not helping taxpayers, and it's not helping universities. But we don't have to accept it. We don't have to accept the terms of this deal because it's not working for anybody. We need to think more radically, we need to think more fundamentally, but we can. We can fix this system. We've written lots of this at the IEA, so have a look on our website and on our Substack and our YouTube for more detail on all these ideas.